Hi, everybody. This is a wee bit of alchemy. I'm Rick Barrett. Welcome. Last week we were doing some silk reeling exercise with focus on opening energy gates as we're doing it. So this is like a way of bringing focus to specific points in the body that allow the energy to move freely. So the idea of an energy gate is something that is it's an old idea, and there are traditional ones, primary ones that are are written about in the classics and such, and or in traditional writings, things like the top of the head, the Bai Hui is considered to be an energy gate. It allows the energy of the yang qi of the heavens to enter the body. The yang chuan points at the in the foot allow the energy of the earth to enter the body. So and not just enter but also exit. So the we have that. We have the jade pillow gate at the base of the skull, and that allows for the energy to come up the spine into the brain and nourish the nervous system. So there's all these traditional gates, but we're using it and in a broader sense, and open up the concept that there are many gates in the body. Basically, anything that can be open or closed. You think of a gate as like it allows entry or closes down so that it doesn't allow entry. So that your ability to open or close your gate is indicative of how much control you have over your energy and your ability to exercise this in your kung fu. And so rather than just memorizing certain forms and just going through a certain choreography and repeating that and kind of hoping for the best, we're actually kind of taking control. We're taking it off automatic, and we are actually focusing on these things so that we can turn anything into a qi exercise, a qi gong, if you will. The just by being able to recognize these energy gates, and I initiated the conversation by describing certain points in the arm that in arm movements which can be considered gates. I talked about 5 energy gates there, being the fingers, being energy gates, your ability to free up the tension in the fingers and be able to move them freely allows the energy to move. We actually can generate chi from that. The wrist is another one that if the wrist gets locked up, or if it's not, even if we're not just bringing attention to it and feeling the wrist, feeling the movements of the wrist, and expressing intention through it, then the energy can lock up there. The elbow is another one, the shoulder, and then we also included the scapula, which is something that is, I think, a rarity for a lot of people, thinking in terms of moving from the scapula. But this is where the big motions of the arm initiate. We start with the scapula or the shoulder blade, and because there's lots of muscles and connective tissue associated with that, and many people have frozen backs and shoulders, and where the scapula is almost immobilized. And if that happens over time, the connective tissue, particularly the fascia, kind of gets frozen is a good word for it. But there's these hydrogen bonds that cause that at a molecular level cause the fascia to kind of get stuck and glued together, and so then we get limited in our range of motion. particularly as we get older, if we repeat the same patterns over and over again, then the muscles and fascia tend to say, okay, we're going to streamline this by establishing predictable patterns of movement, which is fine, except for when you depart from that, then you get into possible injury, soreness, etc., or just limitations on your movement. So when we're thinking about moving from the scapula through the shoulder, reaching with the elbow, reaching with the wrist, reaching with the fingers, we create this chi flow that is not available to us if we're just thinking very localized muscular movement. So this falls under the category of what's called in Taiji Shen Fa, the body process is the way it's translated, but you can think of it as the body mechanics, the alignment, and the structure of the body, which are all super important for being able to move correctly, move efficiently and productively, energetically. So we have that, and then we move to the legs, and we can think of 5 energy gates there as well. You can think of more, but for our purposes, we want to think like in the foot, we have 3 of them. One would be at the heel, and that's, we think 3 nails, and we're talking about the heel nail, and that is the anchor nail in Master Chen's language, and it's the anchor nail, and I think of it in terms of it's the yin nail, and if we use that as our focus, we allow for the yin chi to express itself more, and then if we think in terms of the ball of the foot. All these are along the big toe line, along the medial line of the foot. We think of the ball of the foot that becomes more yang. So in Master Chen's language, it's that exchange, that conversation between the heel nail and the ball of the foot that generates qi in the body. And his teacher, Cheng Man Cheng, said that the power comes from the ball of the foot. So we have that's that yang impulse there. And then we have the big toe, which then adds a even more yang nuance to that. And this is what Master Chen talks about as the brain nail. It connects up energetically with your brain. And so by pressing down with your big toe lightly, you connect up with your brain. And I think I prefer to think of it as you're connecting up more with your Niwan Gong, your spiritual center in the center of the brain. So we're talking about energy, we're talking about spirit. There is still the same points there. So we have that, then we have the knee. Aligning the knee correctly will determine to a large extent the chi flow in the body, but also your structure, whether you have stability in your structure. And then we have the qua, which is the hip joint, and that is affected by the alignment of the foot and the knee, and getting that so that it is aligned in such a way as to maximize the connection there, the energetic connection in the legs. So we have 5 energy gates there. We have 3 in the foot, the knee, and the hip joint, the qua. And so by being able to align those correctly and then release extraneous muscular tension around them, we've allowed for the effective chi in the body to amplify greatly. We're plugging into the big chi of the heavens and the earth, and then we're mixing those up, and then we're able to express it through our arms using the 5 energy gates in our arms. So that's the theory of this. That's what my thinking in terms of how we're applying these energy gates. Once you get that so that you are able to see it in various Taiji forms, Qigong forms, etc., Then you can start to just have it while you're washing dishes or sipping coffee, whatever. It's a you are using your body in a different way. You're bringing more mindfulness to your movements, which then unlocks your range of motion. It gives you more freedom of movement, but also more effective power in your movements. So as we mature, we want to reclaim that lost territory because there's a tendency for a lot of people to get smaller, get more collapsed, get more frail as they get older. And we don't necessarily have to ascribe to that particular program. We can say, no, I prefer to reclaim lost territory and open things up. So what we're going to do today is to take that same idea now, and we're going to apply it into a Taiji form, something a little more familiar to some people than the uh, silk reeling exercise we did last week. And we're going to start with the from the Yang Cheng Fu forms, very simple form, and we use the movements from the Pong Lu Ji An, the ward off, roll back, press, and push movements. But we're going to be doing real slow and really identify the different uh, gates that as we're using them, and being very conscious of integrating the upper and lower parts of the body, getting everything to move as a coherent system. And when that happens, it amplifies the effective power throughout the whole body. And also the functioning happens at an improved level as well. So please stand up. Okay, let's begin with the three pillars. So here, speaking that same language, we're opening up energy gates by doing this. And these are big ones. I call them the gates because these are, they're the pillars because these are the foundation points, from my idea of body, mind, spirit integration. So let's begin by finding the three nails in the foot, those three gates in each foot, the heel nail, the ball of the foot, and the big toe, and allow the weight to settle more toward the medial line of your foot, that is the inside of your foot. Just acquaint yourself with the heel, the ball, and the big toe, those 3 points, those 3 gates. Now let's go to the heel nail and the heel gate, which is more of a yin energy. Unlock your knees and align them over the insides of your foot. And so that means releasing down, getting more sung in your legs. That is, you're releasing into the support of your connective tissue and your structure, your body and your bones. So feeling that. And by doing so, you're letting go of extraneous muscular tension. You're just letting go of that. Don't bend your knees too much. That kind of encourages more muscular tension. You want to have it just unlocked. Feel yourself sinking down. And with each breath, find yourself sinking a little more, releasing a little more tension in your legs. I like to place the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth and breathe through the nose. Breathe down into the dantian, into the lower abdomen, the lower dantian. And now we're going to, so that when we do this, we sink down in, we open up the Yang Chuan points in the foot, the bubbling well points in the foot, in the center of the foot. And this allows the yin qi of the earth, the big qi, the yin qi of the earth to mingle with our own energy. And we're creating this access door to allow to connect up to the big chi. Now reach with the crown of your head and tuck in your chin and open up the jade pillow gate. So that's another one of those gates there at the base of the skull. And this allows for the Jingshan, the spirit of vitality, to rise and feed into your brain, feed into your spirit center, your Niwan Gong at the center of your head. This also allows for the energy gate at the top of your head, your Bai Hui, which is called the meeting point of 100 yongs. The 100, and so what that does is it takes the yang qi of the heavens and accesses that. So we're plugging into this big circuit, a universal circuit that allows us to access as much energy as we can tolerate. And as we do it, as we practice this, we get more and more energy available. Now, reach with your elbows, rotate your forearms, palms back. And this opens up the gates in your shoulders, the energy gates in your shoulders. And you can sense that by feeling into your hands and noticing that there's some activity there, tingling, pulsing, sense of fullness occurring. Just by holding your arms still, you can feel that internal motion. Relaxing your arms, and you're allowing the other gates in your arms to open. Point and reach with your index fingers and create that sense of energetic coherence throughout the body. Open your back by reaching out with your shoulders and just you're opening the space between your shoulder blades. As you do that, feel that expansion there. But don't do it by caving in. You're just opening. Yeah. Now let's do the quad, the hip joint, and just spiral down nice and relaxed, keeping your center over the inside of your foot. And here, let's go into the ball of the foot as we do this. Feel the ball of the foot there and turn and feel the ball of your other foot. And so this creates more of a yang flow. And then go to the other side, feel the ball there. And good. And continue to feel the ball, but this time also press down with your big toe a little bit as you do that. So we're enhancing the yang flow there by opening that energy gate. And you press down and then let go. Press down with the big toe and let go, using the ball of your foot to be the support. And then go back to center, and then go back to your heel nail. Go back to that yin nail on your heel and feel that energy gate. So let's do some movements from the Tai Chi form. Let's begin with the ward-off posture from the Yang Cheng Fu form. So I'm going to turn this way. So go into a stance, a little narrower than a lot of Tai Chi forms. We like to keep it so that the heels are in alignment here. So it's a long and narrow stance. So begin with sinking into your back foot, feel the heel nail there. And you're going to feel the heel nail and set the knee. And you can feel all three of the nails in your foot. You set the knee so that it's over the inside of the foot. Reach up with your wrist. Let your fingers relax. Reach with your elbow and open the shoulder joint and expand your back so that you're feeling between the shoulder blades. So this is my left hand. I'm going to talk about it as that I'm going to be moving to the right. So the palm of the hand of my right hand is on my center line, but it's also under, both hands are on my center line here. And just feel into that. Reach with both elbows, open up your back, feel the scapula on both sides, you open your shoulder joints, reach with your elbows. Your wrists are relaxed, but rounded. The fingers are very, very soft, very sung. Reach with the crown of your head, tuck in your chin, open the jade pillow gate. So this is our starting position for this movement. And just feel the energy that gets produced just by having awareness of those energy gates. There's no muscular tension, no extraneous muscular tension, although there is muscle being used, but it's being used in a passive way by directing through the connective tissue system. And now you're going to feel the heel of the front foot, the right foot, and feel the heel nail. And push the right knee forward so that it establishes a position on the inside of the foot. So we're establishing that the connection there, it's a structural connection going from the foot up to the knee, but it's also an energetic one. We're getting very sung into that, releasing at the qua. So we're going to open the qua, that is, we're going to create more space between the body and the leg. We're going to do that by spiraling down to the left and opening the qua. So notice that instead of facing this way, I'm opening this hip joint. So this is amplifying the energy there. There's a point right here in the qua called stomach 30, which is called the thrusting chi point. And so by doing this, we are creating this amplification of the energy in the whole system. This actually shoots up the penetrating vessel, up along the spine, up into the brain. So we're getting this just by holding this position for a moment. We are feeling into that thrusting chi. The energy from the earth is coming up, the energy from the heavens is coming down, and we're amplifying that. So and we've spiraled down, so we're releasing down into the right qua. So now we're going to feel the ball of the right foot. So we're shifting now from the yin support of the heel nail, and we're opening up that energy gate so that we can amplify the yang chi in the body. And we reach with the right elbow and open the shoulder joint and feel that little bit of opening there between the shoulder blades. We're opening that, and so we're activating the scapula, the shoulder, elbow, and now we rotate the forearm and start to reach with the wrist. So now we're activating the wrist energy now. This is in the forward arm, the right arm. And the fingers are still very sung. And so now we're going to turn the body as we feel that ball of the foot, that yang nail there. And we turn the body, and as we do that, we rotate the forearm so that the palm is facing the chest, and press down with the big toe as we turn. And now feel into that. So this is the most yang position in the ward-off movement. Feel that connection there. Reaching with the elbows, but very relaxed. Reaching with the crown, tuck in the chin. Open the back. And feel that whole body connection there. Let's go on to the rollback. Go into the heel nail of the front foot, the right foot, and spiral down to the right as we're into the quad. So here we're closing the quad as we spiral down to the right, and we get very yin there in the right leg. Reaching out, so the opening up the elbows and reaching out with the hands, but very soft. Open your shoulder blades, reach with the elbows, open the shoulders, and feel that connection there. Now you're going to feel into the heel nail of your back foot, your left foot, and spiral down to the right again. So here we're sinking into the left quad. Feel the heel nail of the left foot, set the left knee, and spiral down to the right, releasing the left claw. Relax your arms. You're still reaching, but you're relaxing. You're getting your arms are very sung. And now as we turn, we go to the ball of the left foot. We're activating that gate, the yang gate there, as we turn. And here, reach with your elbows, your wrists. As you turn, feel your scapula, your shoulders. You're feeling all those energy gates in your arms, your ball, and then you'll feel the press down with the big toe and feel that yang connection there. Feel that in your hands. Notice the chi is really amplifying. You're getting this yang flow. You open up your shoulder blades, your scapula, you open up your shoulders, you're reaching with your elbows. Your arms are very sung, your wrists are reaching, and your fingers are now reaching. Reach with the crown of your head. You're opening, you're lengthening your spine, tucking in your chin, opening up the jade pillow gate. So all these gates are opening now as we're sinking into that back leg. Being very sung in that back leg. Now let's go on to press, G. So this press energy, you're going to feel the heel nail of your left foot. Set the left knee. You say, but what? We already said it, didn't we? Yeah, we'll set it again. That means you're bringing your conscious attention to the doing there. You're actually consciously setting your knee and reestablishing your root there, your connection, your stability there. You reach with your elbows, open up your back, your shoulder blades, your shoulders, rotate your forearms so the palms are facing down, and reach up with your wrists. You're sinking down into your left leg as your arms are coming up. Your hands are very sung. Reach out with your elbows, open up your back. Now feel the heel nail of your right foot. that yin connection there. We're establishing our connection with the front leg now, and it's going to become the substantial leg, the dominant leg, as we then push the knee forward. So we're feeling that, aligning that with the inside of the foot. So we're opening up that energy gate now. And the knee is set. We're still in the yin position there in the heel nail, but that's going to change in a moment. You set the knee, release the quad. We're spiraling down to the left. So we're opening up the right quad. We do this. Reach with the shoulders, the elbows, opening up the shoulders, the scapula. Reach with the wrists, and now you're going to feel the ball of the right foot. Press down with that, and that activates that knee. Set the knee, and we're beginning to activate the yang part of this movement. As we turn, we are closing down the quad and reaching with the wrist. Rotate the forearm and bring the hands together very lightly. And the right hand is kind of squeezing in, the left hand is pushing out, reaching out with the elbows. So we have this extension there, this compression between the two, but it's very light, very soft. But the impulse is for the right hand to pull in, the left hand to push out, and bringing those two poles in opposition together is creating more power in the form. You press down with the big toe and feel that yang extension there as you open up. And now feel the heel nail of your left foot. We're starting the yin process. We're making that left leg more substantial now. We separate the hands, reach up with the wrists. As we sink into that, the heel nail, set the left knee and bring the hand back. And sense here as you're pressing down with the palms of your hands, reaching down with your elbows. Still reaching up at the crown of your head, but now you're really loaded up in that back leg, about 90%. And sink down, and as you're reaching down with your wrists, your elbows, you're compressing the space underneath the palms of your hands. Like you're pushing down on a beach ball in a swimming pool. And feel that connection there. Now feel the heel of your right foot, the heel nail, push the right knee forward and set that so it's not moving. You're setting it over the midline of the foot. And sink into your right claw. Now feel the ball of your right foot and reach forward with your elbows. Feel your scapula open. Feel the energy through the shoulders. Reach with the elbows, reach with the wrists, reach with the fingers. And we have push. Sink back into your back foot, your left foot. Hands come down. And then turn. And just allow your arms to hang. So we're adopting this neutral posture. just to feel the energy circulating throughout the whole system. Even though we've been very sung, very relaxed, there's still stress on the system as we are amplifying the chi throughout the whole body mind. In Chinese medicine, the good health is promoted by having lots of qi and circulating well. So what we were doing here is exactly that. We're amplifying our qi and circulating it throughout the whole system. When you're practicing this at home, you want to work within your own limitations. Be conscious of your limitations as you do that, as you do these movements. But for right now, we're taking it just a little bit further, a little bit more, just to test out our boundaries. What does that feel like when we go a little deeper? All right, so now we're going to do it again, and this time a little less talking on my part, a little more fluid motion, but just get the feeling of that. So sink into your back leg and open up your energy gates. I'm not going to be quite as detailed. I just want you to kind of just feel that, what it feels like to reach with your elbows, open up your shoulder joints, sink into that back leg. You're going to pivot on that right heel. And now feel the heel nail of the front leg push the knee forward. Sink into that. Very soon. And now ball, knee, and turn, and into a ward-off posture. Reach with your elbows, your wrists. Open up your shoulder blades. Feel the chi. Now go into roll away. So sink into the heel nail of the front foot and turn. Swing. Reach, open up your back, reach with your elbows, your wrists, your fingers. Very soft. Now sink into your heel nail of your back foot, your left foot. Spiral down to the right. So you're loading up that left quad now. Opening up that gate. Feel the knee of your left foot. Feel it into the heel nail of your left foot. I'm going to turn and feel the ball of the left foot. As you turn, you're reaching, opening, nice and soft. Feel the chi in your arms. Press down with the big toe. Point and reach. Feel the 5 energy gates in your arms. And feel the heel nail of your left foot. Sink. Wrists come up, palms down. Reach with your elbows, open up your back. Very sung. And feel the heel nail of your right foot. Push your right knee out, set that, spiral down to the left. You're very sung. Now, rotate your forearm, your elbow joint, your wrist. Press down with the big toe. Press down with the ball and then the big toe. and press. Heel nail of your left foot. Reach up with your wrist, relax your shoulders, reach down with your elbows, sink. Feel the heel nail, the knee, set the knee, release the quad, sink into your left leg very soon. Hands come down. And then sink into the heel nail of your front leg. And the ball, big toe, and reach. Push. Okay, this time much more fluid, and don't think about it. Just very slowly do it, but feel it. Okay, begin. Come down. Pause and just feel into that. Allow the energy to circulate. Just feel what's going on in your body. Feel what's going on in your hands. Yeah. Step in. Take a deep breath. Go to the balls of your feet. Hands come up. Feel the yang. Sink into your heels. Let go. Feel the yin and throw it all away. Throw the chi away. Dissolve into the emptiness. Debbie.
I liked the way we, do using the Yang Chen Fu form because that made it a little more accessible to my normal Tai Chi practice. I've been trying to do that this last week and that helped. So thank you.
Right. Right. Valerie.
I had to walk from there to over here, and that was very difficult.
I'm so
Very
sorry.
sung, um, very heavy, hot here and there, just waves of energy. Really was a workout on my legs, which was good. I'm not complaining. That was a good thing, but it was a good workout. I like the slowness. gives you a chance to explore everything, even where there's blocks, hoping to be able to release that where it is nice and soft. And great choice of movements to use. I think that's very accessible to just about anybody that's practicing. Um, um, uh, good job.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. That's good. Good. A vote of confidence. Sharon.
I very much appreciated being able to really feel the difference between the yin energy and the yang.
Mm,
And I can only do that when I go slow.
mm. Beautiful. Well, anything you like to say? Can you describe it?
With the yang energy, I feel like I'm a magnet being attracted to the ground or the earth.
Mm-hmm.
I feel um, I feel a complete sinking in my body, as though it's attracted to something and wants to sink into something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. And how would you compare that to the yin energy?
The yang energy is it's much more alive for me.
That was the yin energy she was talking.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
was describing the yin before, and the
Okay.
yang energy, I feel more I think I had what words to describe it.
Badass.
It's yeah. There's definitely a power there. I'll say that. Okay. I feel the power of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, anybody else? Scott.
Definitely, yeah, I definitely appreciated the fact going slow and actually being able to feel and open the gates and feel the gates opening and actually, actually feeling it, actually feeling them and feel when they weren't open also.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody could have pushed me over at any time during that. I think I was rooted in every direction.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Right. Good. Okay, anybody else? Okay.
I just want to add that I don't think I've ever felt my wrist so sung.
Mm.
It was a intensified songness. It was, I don't know if that was because of my connection to the earth or why in particular, but it was really easy and very pronounced.
Nice. Great. Thank you. Well, anybody else? Okay. Thank you all so much. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you, producer.
Thank you, Maria.
Bye.
Bye.